What's up guys, it's Kayla.
And Jim.
Welcome back to another Meteorology Monday. Those of you who don't know, we just wasted 10 minutes of footage with Dad talking about how much caffeinated coffee he just had. So if you're wondering why this video goes off the rails at some point, that might be it.
By the way, for our sponsor for today.
Stop!
No, just kidding.
What are we talking about today?
Today, we are going to talk about the February 1978 blizzard because we reached an anniversary milestone for this storm and it's worth mentioning. And so we decided, let's do a case study on this.
Yeah, and it is also February, so.
So what's interesting about this storm is that it was large in scale. It impacted the mid-Atlantic and the northeast part of the United States. And it dumped about, on average, 1 to 3 feet of snow. There was blizzard conditions because it was very windy, wind gusts over hurricane force at times, and there was some ice toward the, as it was tracking along southern New England, some of the snow turned over to ice, which hampered efforts a whole lot when it comes to the recovery. And it actually is categorized as a bomb cyclone because it dropped in pressure so rapidly over a 24-hour period. And if you don't know what bomb cyclones are, Editing Kayla will pop up that video that we talk about bomb cyclones that we did a little while ago. But before we get started,
if you find that you are enjoying this video along the way, be sure to leave a like and subscribe down below so you never miss the next Meteorology Monday.
Actually, some of the topics we're going to talk about, you could learn some of the basics of these things in our School of Weather.
Yes, you can. If you're interested in learning about some basic topics or getting into some more things about severe weather, go ahead and check out our School of Weather online courses, which will be linked down in the description box. We're super proud of those online courses. We put a ton of work and time into them, and we hope that you love them just as much as we do. Now let's jump into the meteorological setup for this event.
On Friday, February 3rd, 1978, a high-pressure system was positioned over the eastern United States, producing a typical fair-weather winter day. A polar front had moved south and was situated in an east-west fashion over the Bahamas. During the day on Saturday, February 4th, a weak surface low-pressure system and its associated Arctic frontal zone moved from the Great Lakes region toward the mid-Atlantic states. By Sunday, February 5th, a strong mid-level low set up over Lake Huron with a trough of low pressure extending from the Great Lakes down to the Bahamas. This scenario was not uncommon for that time of year and produced several inches of snow across the Appalachian Mountains. On the afternoon of February 5th, a weak extratropical cyclone developed off the coast of South Carolina under the subtropical jet that had moved into the region. As the storm deepened, thunderstorms began to develop. Later that night, the low traveled to a spot about 150 miles south of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. By mid-morning on February 6th, satellite imagery showed the mid-level low over Elkins, West Virginia, and the cloud pattern becoming more organized. The surface low continued on a northerly track as the mid-level low moved southeast towards south-central Virginia. Copious amounts of Atlantic moisture were being advected into the area of colder air, producing snow on the northern and western sides of the storm. During this time, the surface low rapidly intensified and moved northeastward off the mid-Atlantic coast. The low would deepen about 29 millibars in this 24-hour period, making it a bomb cyclone. Winds increased to near hurricane strength. The surface low, however, would slow its forward progression east of the New Jersey coast around 6 p.m. Eastern Time, due to a strong Canadian high-pressure system blocking the low's path northward. Blizzard conditions were being felt across much of New England, while strong winds and heavy snow impacted the rest of the Northeast. Storm surge caused significant coastal flooding and beach erosion from New Jersey to Maine. Winds gusted as high as 83 miles per hour in Boston, Massachusetts, and 92 miles per hour on Cape Cod. Over the next 24 hours, the storm would start to accelerate northeastward, paralleling the New Jersey, Long Island, and Rhode Island coastlines, until finally moving out into the open Atlantic.
Some additional facts about this storm are: heavy snow fell in some areas for up to 33 hours. Thunder snow was experienced across southern New England and Long Island, with some of these areas receiving snowfall rates of 4 inches an hour at times. In total, 1 to 3 feet of snow blanketed the Northeast from Delaware to Massachusetts. Providence, Rhode Island, and Boston, Massachusetts both received 27 inches of snow from this storm. New York City received 17.7 inches of snow, which was the 6th largest snowfall amount at that time since 1869. A maximum wind gust of 111 miles per hour was reported at one point during this storm. A hurricane-like ice structure was observed with this storm as well. A transition from snow to an icy mix occurred across many areas in central and southern New England. This caused a decent layer of ice to form on exposed surfaces below freezing. The American Red Cross reported 99 deaths and 4,587 injuries or illnesses due to the storm. More than 1,700 homes were damaged or destroyed. The Red Cross provided shelter to more than 39,000 people who were stranded or forced to leave their homes. Damage caused by the storm was 520 million 1978 US dollars, which is the equivalent of $2.33 billion in 2022 money.
Now, this occurred in February 1978, and I was living in upstate New York at the time, and I actually do remember parts of this storm, and we did have school closures. I was in 3rd grade, and what's very interesting is that was the year, it was actually later that year, that I met a local meteorologist, a TV meteorologist. He came to our school. His name is Bob Kovacic, and he actually sparked my interest in weather. And that's where I said, that's it. That's what I want to do the rest of my life. So it's funny how we're doing a case study on a storm that occurred actually like a couple months before I actually was really intrigued about weather and actually wanted to pursue a career in meteorology.
That's so cool. I was not born back then, so I don't have a story. But if any of you guys were born back then and also lived through this event, or maybe this sparked your interest for meteorology, we'd love to hear about it in the comments below. So there you have it, the blizzard of February 1978. Again, if you like what you saw, be sure to leave a comment below, a like, and subscribe so you never miss the next Meteorology Monday. Follow us over on our social media, Facebook and Instagram popping up here. I'm sure something along the lines of Dad's Coffee Rant will be popping up on one of those platforms soon. So.
Yes. You'll get a good laugh.
Also, again, if you want to check out School Weather, it'll be linked down in the description box. Down there, if you want to support our channel, there's also a link to our Patreon. Helps keep us in business, you know, so we can make more content like this every Monday. Or Tuesday or every other Monday, you know, however it ends up working out. Until next time, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Jim.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you at the next Meteorology Monday.
That was the fastest you've ever put information into a video. Wow, you should drink coffee more often.